Atha Yoga Nasasanam. Valor Dohirus, all men must serve. Beggars and kings. Valor Magulas, all men must die. Good and evil. If you watch the playlist in order, you just watched the Jakanagar thing. Yeah, so there's a story behind that actually. You know, life stuff. My best friend, me and him used to always go out all the time, hang out, and then he met a girl. And it happens. Men meet girls or women. Yeah. Next thing I know, I don't see him as much. Don't hear calls. And then, they're together. I'm hanging out with her, gotta get to know her. Best friend's girl, gotta get to know her. When I say stuff, obviously, this doesn't just start. I've been saying stuff. But they were like, we found your character in Game of Thrones. My best friend didn't want to watch Game of Thrones. She got him into it. And they sent me the thing on Jaqen Hagar. That whole little, I'm Jaqen, pretty much is what they said. And I was like, I watched the show. And yeah, that's pretty much me. Yeah, I get that. I drank the fire water that undid my ancestors. I'm Cherokee and Blackfoot, and the natives are inside of a sad state. They've forgotten the Great Spirit, it seems, and the men have been swallowed by this spirit. So I try to get to a state where I make sure I'm in control, I'm in sync, and I can vibrate out that feeling to my relatives, and also to those who are not like me, but yet they're inside states of turmoil, of being present and coming back to your senses, and that you can change at any point in time. It's a part of my sadhana that I built up. I've been in all kinds of states. I say I'm like a sage or a shaman or something. I don't really know. I don't have a word for it. But I've been in all kinds of states. And in them, I was the person looking out of the eyes and having an experience. And that experience was the external things outside of me. But that doesn't mean that even though it's in my body and it's affecting this, I have to let it affect my mind. Stay present. Stay aware. Know what you're doing. You get into a state. Ultimately, I found the way to the ultimate state beyond any substance. I haven't reached it yet. But at the same time, when you reach this state, you can manifest whatever you want and be in whatever state you desire. However, there are people out there right now that are going over. I've heard so many stories. People waking up to someone pounding on their chest because they overdosed and they're trying to keep them alive. I've also been to a point myself where I had to get into the shower and you had to sit there and focus. You focus and you're like, I feel like I'm dying. And you had that thought, it's a terrifying thought. Especially whenever I was in the world of men. I was looking for kicks. If you watch the previous death video, sense pleasures, constantly. I needed more. But you get to those points where you're like, I feel like I'm dying. sometimes it doesn't even have to be a substance you ingest. It can be someone else's love being taken away from you. And that you start to feel your body shut down. Deep depression. All kinds of things out there that one can get sick off of and almost die from. So I learned moderation through my experiences. Moderation is key. I am myself. I will not let other things inside of me take over and become someone that isn't myself. Living as my highest ideal of self means I live as that self. It's not a thought. It is a being. When I say I aspire to inspire, the way that the ancient legends inspired me, it's a beautiful thing to give it back. And when I say I want everyone to be their highest ideal, I mean to live as your highest idea of your being, of yourself. It's okay if you make small comings or you fall short. But still, you can always do better, and you always have the choice to be better. It all depends on you. What game are you playing? How are you building your character? And when will you wake up to your own hero's journey? That's the question. So you want to know about death. When I was a kid, I said in the last video, I kind of worshiped death. Why? Because it's a place where all men must go. I studied it, I researched it, I dissected it. I didn't know this back then, but I think it's in the Gospel of Thomas. Jesus said, seek death, and it will make known its elect. What does that mean? I was sitting on the bus one day and I saw roses, and I wondered why they were beautiful. It never occurred to me that roses are beautiful for a reason. It was just everyone said roses are beautiful. But why are they beautiful? And there's a whole language of flowers that people used to know. And you used to give people flowers something for specific reasons. Even rang around the rosies, pocket full of posies. That children's song, it's about death and flowers. And children used to sing this, and it's been passed down. Though they don't sing it anymore, because we don't play like we used to. The parents don't have time for the children. They had them irresponsibly before they realized what a blessing they are. Such things happen with carnal ways. You're not yourself yet. You're still being an animal. You want to know death. I followed it, studied it, dissected movements to cause it. I didn't really know that anatomy back then like I do now. But now I'm a healer. I wasn't seeking to kill. My uncle told me something a long time ago. He said, before you seek to kill, you should learn how to heal. I was like, man, dude, you old, man. You know what you're talking about. I'm the Marine Corps. Going to the Marine Corps. Nah, I don't need to learn how to heal. I'm going to destroy stuff. You don't know what I've been through. That was my mind's thought. Young and arrogant. When you learn the processes of the body and how to heal the body, you learn also how to kill the body. but me and my ignorance, in pain and rage. I raged on like a ram. I'm an Aries. This is actually an Aries, a ram thing. Hitting my head on the wall. Over and over again. Dumb. Death is something that we tuck away deep within ourselves that we don't want to admit happens. As a kid, when I first tried to die and I had the experience, now I was like, what's happening? As I got older and as an adult, when I got my own place, I could do experiments. Weird things that people do. It's part of spiritual practice, okay? People do weird stuff when they're being spiritual. You don't know what they're seeking. You have to talk to them about it. It might sound incoherent at the time, but really, it was also just life. I'd go out and try to cook my own food, and I would forget that it was in the refrigerator, like the raw meat. I just would go out, I'd get tired, so tired from working so much, 12-hour days, in the heat, I'm drained, get home, not cooking, it's not happening. So I would go and pick up something to eat. For a while there, I got on that blue cheese and steak sirloin. Funny story, there's actually a video of me meditating in IHOP because I had an old broken phone and I couldn't afford a new one, you know? So like, and everything was dead, my chargers and all that stuff. So I went to IHOP and sat there, ordered my burger and meditated, waited. It's on Facebook somewhere. I've seen it. Someone has a video of it. Might have my mom send it to me, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that's a real thing. Death. It is a heavy topic, but it's a very expansive topic too. A road that all men must pass. Surely as you are born, you must die. Even if you're not aware of it, it's coming for you. And with all the things you can